Beneath Aretha Franklin's commanding voice and the title of Queen of Soul lay a woman whose private struggles remained hidden for decades. Her public image exuded strength and confidence, but behind the scenes, she battled challenges that tested her resilience. This is the untold story of a musical icon whose triumphs were shadowed by personal pain she kept secret until her final days. In 1967, Aretha recorded Respect, a song that became her anthem and a rallying cry for millions. Yet, while she sang of dignity, her personal life was marked by a lack of it. Subtle signs, trembling hands, nervous glances, hinted at a deeper turmoil. Her sister Carolyn later shared that Aretha's stage presence was a carefully crafted facade, masking the vulnerability she felt offstage. The recording sessions for I Never Loved a Man the Way I Love You were iconic not only for their musical brilliance, but also for the tension caused by her husband, Ted White, whose controlling presence loomed large. Producer Jerry Wexler marveled at Aretha's ability to transform her pain into transcendent music, but those closest to her saw the heavy toll it took. Ted White entered Aretha's life in 1961 as a charismatic figure promising to elevate her career. However, their marriage quickly turned toxic. Ted assumed control over her career, dictating contracts, performances, and even artistic decisions. Friends noticed Aretha's vibrant spirit fade in his presence, replaced by a cautious demeanor. Behind closed doors, the situation was even darker, with accounts of raised voices, broken objects, and Aretha's attempts to conceal physical injuries. The woman who demanded respect on stage was silenced at home. Trapped in a marriage where she held no power, the piano became Aretha's refuge, a space where she could escape Ted's control. Late at night, she poured her pain into music, creating raw, emotional performances. Her sister Irma often found her at the piano, tears streaming as she played melodies born of heartbreak. These moments were not just artistic expression, but a means of survival. Even this sanctuary, however, was not immune to Ted's intrusions, as he criticized her work or dismissed her creative efforts as unprofitable. Yet Aretha preserved her artistry, guarding her most personal compositions for moments of solitude. As her fame grew, so did Ted's control, isolating her from friends, family, and the Detroit music community that had shaped her. Old connections faded, and her once lively personality became guarded. Within her family, Ted sowed division, leaving Aretha increasingly alone. Her children, Ted White Jr., Clarence, and Edward, grew up in a home marked by tension and volatility. They witnessed their mother's struggles, learning to sense danger and navigate a household where love coexisted with fear. Aretha tried to protect them, creating moments of joy through music, teaching them songs at the piano to carve out fleeting normalcy amid the chaos. The 1968 assassination of Drive Martin Luther King Jr., a family friend through her father's civil rights work, was a turning point. Singing at King's funeral, Aretha confronted the stark contrast between her public message of respect and her private reality. This moment sparked a resolve to reclaim her life. As she began asserting herself, Ted's control grew more desperate and violent. Her music from this period, including songs like Think, carried a new defiance, reflecting her fight for freedom. In 1969, a final confrontation ended their marriage. Though the details remained private, those close to her saw a woman emerging from years of oppression, cautiously stepping into her own power. After the divorce, Aretha faced the challenge of rebuilding her life. She had to relearn how to trust her instincts and reconnect with those Ted had driven away. Her career flourished without his interference, proving her talent was always the source of her success. However, the scars of her marriage lingered. Aretha remained wary of raised voices, overly apologetic, and struggled with self-worth, haunted by Ted's manipulative words. Even in later relationships, like her 1978 marriage to Glenn Turman, she carried the trauma, flinching at sudden movements and needing constant reassurance that Aretha's pain was compounded by the era's silence around domestic violence, especially for public figures. She deflected personal questions in interviews, maintaining a facade of normalcy while hiding her truth. This secrecy isolated her further, as she bore the weight of her experiences alone. Her music became a veiled outlet for her pain, with songs of liberation and struggle carrying meanings she could never openly acknowledge. The Queen of Soul, whose voice moved millions, lived with a private burden, her heart heavy with the secrets she carried.